Oh, good.
In the vlog.
We were nervous nobody would show up.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah. We'll be super loud.
Oh, seriously. Okay, by show of hands, who's from Florida? Who's from here? Who's not from here?
Oh.
I want to know who came the furthest. We're from Buffalo. She did. Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Utah.
Utah. Is Manila still asleep?
Manila's asleep.
There's a good chance he won't wake up.
So today is like our 30, the last day of our 30 days.
Why is he sleeping?
And he's like, he's done, he's done. I don't think we can do another day. So we want to know where you're staying tonight.
Okay, well, first an intro. My name's Garrett.
Roll call.
Jessica.
Wait, do you have a friend named Jessica?
This is Dorothy. Hi, Dorothy. And this is Manila.
And the other one?
So, kind of a funny question, but is there anyone here who like doesn't know who we are? Maybe a spouse? There we go. Awesome, you guys are awesome. Okay, yeah, so but this is 30, this is day 30 for us. This is our super last day. So if we look a little sad or a little tired, but it's interesting because when it started, we thought like 30 days. That's going to be exhausting and tiring, and it's going to take forever. But I mean, we just got caught up in the magic of Disney, and to our surprise, we're not ready for it to be over. We're super sad that it's coming to an end, and but they did. They saved the very best surprise for the very end. And we're excited to share it later.
So this morning, we get a knock at the door, and we open up the suitcase, and there's some like blue shiny fabric in it, and nothing else, and just like a note.
Which usually there's like candy and toys, and the kids are like, wow! But this morning they're like, wow! What is this? And even Dorothy's like, I don't like this surprise.
Anyway, and then the poem that we read this morning said, meet us at the end of Main Street.
At the Magic Kingdom.
So we get to the end of Main Street, and there's a guy, like a footman, like Cinderella's footman, whatever.
Servant.
Guy. And he like greets this royal street, and we're staying at Cinderella's castle. So shocked, so humble, so grateful. And we were almost ready to reschedule this. We were like, we can't leave here.
I was in shock. I think I dropped one of the kids and just hugged Jess. I was like,
Well, you know, maybe 10, 15 years from now, Dorothy will really grasp where she's been these last 30 days.
So we want to like ask you guys some questions by raise a hand, and then I think we're gonna spend the rest of the time doing kind of like a Q&A or just kind of a more like conversation mode, hanging out before we have to take off. So, do you have any more questions for us? Would you like to? Okay. So, first, some of our questions for you will be like, try to raise your hand quickly if you know the answer, because we might have a surprise bag full of goodies to share with you guys. Okay? Okay, so the first one is we do need to figure out who is from the furthest away from here for the first surprise bag. I think it comes down to either London, Washington State, Puerto Rico.
Netherlands, there it is.
Wait, North Island or South Island?
This is the Netherlands.
Oh, Netherlands. I thought she said New Zealand. Netherlands?
From Holland.
I thought she said New Zealand. North Island or South Island? What a travel journalist. Alright, so, random question. It's totally fine if you don't know the answer to this because we don't know this information about you guys. So we traveled to the Netherlands not too long ago, and who can tell us what type of house we stayed in? I think this is the first hand? Correct. Yes. Okay, the next question is, does anybody know Dorothy's favorite country?
Switzerland.
Yes.
Hey, good job. There's the girl behind you, Rachel. You can give her your information.
Okay. Kind of a trick question. Props to you if you know it. Does anybody know? Try to look that way. Does anybody know Manila's favorite country? Yeah! What's your name, Paisley? Good job, Paisley.
Awesome.
For sure, get one.
She's very friendly too. Okay, next question. This is kind of specific to our Disney stay. Where did we stay for 5 days? Beach Club. Very good. Good job. Okay, awesome. So we stayed 5 days at the beach club through Hurricane Irma, and it was a really good. They took very good care of us. I just want to say it was a good experience.
Okay, second to last question. It's gonna be a hard one because I don't think we've posted anything about it. But does anyone know Jessica's favorite ride? Hint: she did not get to ride it in 30 days.
Is it Splash Mountain? It's Splash Mountain! Yes! I watched the video. Good job.
That's Splash Mountain.
Good job.
Santa, yes. Do you have a good Disney trivia question? He's our resident Disney genius.
Oh no.
The date? Alright. Yeah, they for sure deserve a bag if they can get that.
Okay.
The question is, on what date was Magic Kingdom open?
July 15th, 1967? Dang it!
Okay.
October 1st, 1971.
Oh! Actually, we got that.
Well done. Okay, and then the last thing that we want to say before we do Q&A is we want to say thank you to some people that we're going to miss so much. Got a little pixie dust in my eye. Thank you to the crew and the cast members that made this possible. These wonderful people, please. We have a special video coming out all about them that they'll have to wait for. But for now, you guys can just know this.
That might be a mistake.
No, every day they wake up, we have someone helping us with makeup, with our bags, planning everything. I mean, this is not an easy thing to do, and switch hotels every day, and posting about it on Disney, and it's been a really big project, I know. So we're super grateful to work with everybody and for facilitating this meetup and everything that you've done for us.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, well, if you guys have any questions for us.
No sensitive or emotional questions, please.
Yeah. So, how long do you guys plan on traveling?
Wait, we have 2 answers. Go, give them yours.
Question?
How long? I don't know.
I'll say Jessica's. Once we have baby number 3, we'll start to settle down. We might stop traveling. My answer? Carry onward.
Thank you very much.
So we're not sure. We're still discussing, arguing, figuring it out.
We'll be slowing down for sure, probably around Christmas time. for at least a few months, and then we'll figure out how much we can travel with the kids. I'm sure we'll want to travel as much as we can, but also we both highly value, you know, stability and consistency and a social life for our kids and school, and like so we will try to figure out how we can get like the best of both worlds and stuff like that.
Do you know the gender of baby number 3 yet?
The question is, do we know the gender of baby number 3, BB3?
No, we don't. I have a
BB3.
doctor's appointment the first week of August. So.
We
Or
could
first week
know.
of October.
She's far enough along that we could know by now. We just were super busy the past 30 days. So soon.
Let it be a surprise. Oh, I'm not that strong.
Yeah.
What are a few of your favorite hotels that you stayed at?
Every time.
Sure. She said, what are a few of your favorite hotels we've stayed at? Dorothy and Manila both loved Art of Animation. And I think if we were coming back and really wanting to give our kids what they want, we would probably stay at Art of Animation. That's where like there was a car section and Manila went nuts, and Dorothy had a Little Mermaid section. Like it was a really great hotel. Garrett, who's your favorite?
I know.
I love the beach club and I love the boardwalk. I like being next to Epcot. It's just a good feeling over there too. Just a nice area.
I think my easy answer is the Polynesian. I loved especially the bungalow. But then when they took us to the suite of the Grand Floridian, those shiny and flashy fancy things just won me over. Yeah, that was awesome.
What did you think about camping?
Camping. She said, what did you think about camping? So we stayed at the Fort Wilderness Campgrounds one night, and we stayed in an RV, and that was really cool. Like, it's a little community over there, and they have like little traditions, and like I guess around Christmas time, they like people come and like put up lights, and you can go and drive around and look at all the lights around the campground. Like, it was a cool atmosphere. I had no idea that even went on.
Actually, I have one question. You know which one you missed? Well, hopefully you get to go and they bring you over there. Disney Vero Beach Resort is gorgeous. You would love that one.
Okay, cool. What is your favorite thing to do at Disney?
Dorothy's favorite ride was Thunder Mountain.
That's mine too.
Yeah, Thunder Mountain Railroad. What was yours? Splash Mountain. I really like Toy Story Mania.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to challenge me,
Here, we'll let anybody in Mickey Bar.
How about Expedition Everest? That's a fun one.
Oh, yeah, you're super sweet.
Dorothy wanted to mention that she did go on Everest expedition.
Yeah. Oh, good. Fine. Okay. Start off. Yeah, in the back. Yeah, some Disney cruises.
The question was if we're ready to do some cruise ship. Opened the bag and read the clue, and it said cruise on over to the bay or the boardwalk, which is where we stayed. But Dorothy heard the word cruise and was like, I know where we're going.
Disney.
Not yet.
Yeah.
What are the next few countries?
Next few countries. So tentatively, after this, we go to San Francisco for about a week and a half, and then we're going to visit our family in Utah.
And then we have Tonga, Ireland, Belgium, and France.
Oh, nice.
Bit of Europe. So
How about Philippines?
Coming soon.
he spent all of March in the Philippines.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But not the family yet. They haven't been together.
Yeah, so I have a question as well. After traveling around the world, I know you guys all have your favorite countries and stuff, but now after staying at Disney for 30 days, if you do decide to settle down, how high does Orlando rank? So you can go to Disney every day.
It's a good question. We like it as a vacation, right? As our getaway to come back here as a tradition, once or twice a year, or as much as possible. Would you be able to live here?
Yeah, why not? I don't know.
In the castle.
As long as we have permanent keys.
This is okay. this is like real talk, just going to like admit this. It'll be hard for us, like anything after this. They've made this such a special experience for us that like anytime we think back to Orlando, it's like, holy cow, do you remember when we did all of that amazing stuff in just 30 days? So, you know, anytime we come back here, it's just gonna be a bunch of remember that one time. It's hard to match it.
Okay, do you guys have any advice for anybody who kind of wants to do what you guys are doing and travel, like starting initially? Yeah. She's like, do you have any advice if you want to get started doing some travel journalism?
One thing that comes right to mind is when we started this, we did like the Instagram and the YouTube, but we did it as like personal journaling and like home videos. And so when we were making it, we weren't like trying to get big or trying for likes or numbers or any of that. We just did what we loved, and I think that's what like helps people attach to the story. Is like, oh, this isn't a business, this is just like an actual family that is trying to travel together. And so we would like tell people we were travel journalists, but it was this like half made up thing because a family of travel journalists like didn't really exist in the world. But we're like, that's what we want to do. We want, and I guess part of it was before this, my work took me away from my family a lot, and I didn't like that. So I decided after that job, whatever I do next, I want to do with my family. And so I kind of made up like a family of travel journalists, which was my excuse to work and be with my family at the same time. Anyways, those were kind of like the initial thoughts that were going in our minds as it started, and then it just kind of evolved from there.
You guys lived off like the money that you sold. Yeah, initially. All your stuff. Yeah. And so, did you run into like any kind of trouble, like figuring out how to spend? So when we sold everything, we had a car. We didn't own a home, but you know, we sold car, furniture, stuff. We made about $45,000, and that got us a good 6 to 8 months of travel. And we had said, you know, when this money runs out, like we're done. And but then that's kind of when we started to get a following and start working with brands and companies. And for a while, I would probably say for the next 6 months, we broke even. Brands weren't paying us, but we were at least being like, you know, top rooms or like, you know, so we were just breaking even basically. And then after a while, it started being like an income. Yeah, being an income. So I would say the first thing to do though is Garrett, especially, has always been a skilled photographer, and he's learned the videography aspect and like the YouTube thing. So just kind of acquiring those skills, or if you're a writer, you know, that's another great skill. Just having something to offer brands. I think that's a good place to start. Yeah.
Who's the one that does all the planning?
All the planning? Who's the one who does all the planning? So I do all the planning, the scheduling.
So like an embarrassing level where people will be like, so where are you staying tonight? Or like, where are you guys going next? I only know those like 3 countries I rattled off because she told them here today. But she does all the planning.
And then Garrett does all the photography, videography, editing, all of that stuff. So he's kind of creative. What did you call it, Michael?
He's the director, she's the producer.
Let's get this little boy. What?
My question is, do you have any favorite colors?
Colors. What's your favorite color?
He's right over there. You gotta get it out. Turquoise. Mine is green.
Mine is yellow. And Manila likes blue. What's your favorite color? Yeah?
What's your name?
Amar.
Thank you for your question. Great.
When the kids are school age, will we just stop traveling and just do school?
We're trying to figure that out. We'll probably try to do both as best as possible, and we'll get a feel for it as they get older. Dorothy starts school next year.
Dorothy, do you want to go to school? Dorothy wants to go to school. We have another question over here. Go ahead.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm also 20 weeks pregnant, right? Oh, we are.
Yay!
What is your best advice for traveling with an infant?
I mean, so I have a travel with an infant. Well, we left when Manila was, he was like 10, 11 months, which is the hardest thing. I feel like it'd be easier when they're newborn. But yes, I was gonna say, like, I plan to probably as of 2 months to hit the road. I mean, like, they're easy. You strap them to you, like you keep them away from germs, and you nurse them on the planes, and they sleep and eat. You know, like, to me that's super easy. It's like once they kind of hit 7, 8 months, that it gets like difficult because they're mobile and stuff like that. Yeah.
So this is all about magical moments. What was like the thing that made you say, "Wow, this is what makes Disney great"?
The magical moment.
There's been a few. So, one thing that I really love is that that's like a universal thing that anyone who's been to Disney like knows it, feels it, and understands it. One of my favorite was Manila was quite scared around the water, around pools and swimming before we came here. And then he got to the Cozy Cone pool in Cars Land at the Art of Animation Resort, and just the magic took him over, and he just became swim pro, like a whole completely confident, like different confident side to him. And I posted that, and everyone's response was like, "Oh, it's just the magic of Disney. Like you'll learn, you know." Like it was this expected thing. I think it's so cool.
I think one of my favorite things to do, I mean, not like we've been able to do very much. We've tried to do some things, but providing those magic moments for others. There were a few days that we had like a few extra fast passes to Pandora, and so we would grab someone from the end of the line and like save them 2 hours, and they would just be thrilled. And that's like, you know, something like little, actually, no, okay, the best thing by far was the balloons that we did. We bought just the pack of balloons and passed them out the day after the hurricane.
This was the stuff that wasn't on the videos. When we walked up to the guy and we'd like, "Your whole bouquet, sir." He was like, "I've heard about people doing this, but no one's ever done it." Like, he was so excited. And then it was also fun because as Dorothy was passing them around, sometimes the parents would be like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." But sometimes Dorothy would like get them to a kid before the parents could see like where it came from. And then like 3 steps later, the parents would turn around and be like, "Where'd you take that from?" I'm like, "No, it's okay." It was really fun day.
I think everybody's here wants to like feel a little extra magic, and parents, like that's why people come, like parents come here. They want their kids to feel that magic. So I think anytime we'll come here from now on, we'll always go out of our way to do the balloon thing again, or try to, you know, give someone else some Mickey bars or just something. Like, it's so special. It's a really great community, you know, magic that happens.
How did the roll call thing start that you guys do?
I was watching way too much Mickey Mouse Club. Do you remember like when we first did it? I want to say it was like in a car.
Yeah, I don't remember how.
But it's been a tradition, like way before this, like probably, because I remember when Manila was so young that he couldn't say it for himself. So it was like, "Daddy here, Mommy," and then it would get to Manila and Dorothy would be like, "Here," like for him.
Well, and now every time we do it, even now, Dorothy insists that we include baby. But we hadn't announced baby until yesterday, so we don't include that. So, yeah.
What's your favorite park?
What's my favorite park? I love Epcot. I just have such good memories going there when I was a little girl with my parents. What's your favorite park?
I like the Magic Kingdom. Every time you walk into it, that initial feeling you get every time. But also, I think Animal Kingdom, just like the wow factor when you're walking around.
What's your favorite park?
Magic Kingdom.
That's a super
Dorothy, pause please. Dorothy wants to show you guys she lost a tooth. Such a good girl.
So I'm a born and raised Florida girl. I've been through a lot of hurricanes. What was it like being through a hurricane at DisneyWorld?
So, leading up to it, it was super scary. The question is like, what was the hurricane experience like, especially here at Walt Disney World? Leading up to it, it was scary. We had never been through any sort of hurricane experience before, and it was cool to see, especially locals, just like coming together, helping each other prepare, like really banding together. That was awesome to see. And then, man, so much props and thanks to Walt Disney World, because we had power, we had food and water and entertainment for the kids. They took really good care of us.
I know some people who got a hotel room to stay at.
Yeah,
from Orlando.
that's what we've heard. Yeah.
What's the baby bought 6?
What's the state again?
Baby bought 6.
Baby box.
Dorothy, what's the answer? That's a good question.
When are you due? I am due last week of January. Oh, you're so silly.
We're not from the United States, but I wanted to know if you guys were going to go to Central South America anytime soon.
Yeah.
In the future.
That's definitely on the list. We've just been avoiding it the last year or so with all the Zika. But I think once baby comes along, where are you from?
Colombia.
Colombia. Okay, yeah. We've got a few awesome South and Central American countries on our list.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Let me know and I'll give you some pointers.
Yes.
I'll go with you guys.
Okay.
Wait, Dorothy.
Oh, okay. Dorothy has a question.
Dorothy wants to see by raise of hands who went to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. That was her favorite experience in the park.
Oh, I grabbed some rubber candy. Okay. Yeah, right there.
I'm curious, how did the 30 stays in 30 days start? Like, when did you guys get informed? Did you contact Disney or did they contact you?
She asked how did we get involved with the 30 stays in 30 days project? They contacted us maybe 2 months ago. We were in Iceland and just asked if we were interested, and we sent in a little video. A casting director reached out to us. Usually we don't work with casting, so it was a little bit different. And then I guess they liked us. So.
Side story to that, because like our job as travel journalists, we'll have countries or airlines or hotels reach out to us and say, would you like to feature or write about our hotel, you know, and let us know how much you charge. This is your job. And so when it was with Disney, it was like such a special opportunity. This is a little too TMI, but I said, Jess, like find out like what the deal is, what they're paying, try to negotiate, but if any time it looks like it's going south, be like, we'll do it for free.
Sorry, one more time. Yeah, she asked, do we like meeting the fans at the park? We do. This has been our first experience of like getting noticed. I guess we're like really getting noticed. But let me tell you, it's him. It's not me. Like I can walk all around the park and no one will stop me once. But if he gets stopped every like, I don't know, few minutes.
Sometimes we really like meeting new people and like from all around the world. So sometimes it happens where we can like over here like go say hi. No, don't say hi. Don't bother. And I'll purposely like stop and like tie Dorothy's shoe, like giving you a chance. And I just like hearing like the argument and the debate, you know. And then they'll peace out. Even today we were walking in the Magic Kingdom and there was a girl and she's like, Mom, I want to go say hi. No, you know, and they were having that debate. And so I was like, excuse me, I really like your backpack. And she was like, I just walked off and she didn't take a picture anymore.
Oh, that's a good question. Did you go to any other Disneys in any other countries?
Dorothy, have we been to any other Disneys in any other countries? Tokyo? Tokyo.
We went to Tokyo Disney and Disney Sea. Yeah.
Oh, and Dorothy had another magic moment she wanted to share. Okay. So. Okay. So, it was in the morning and we received a knock on the door. And we thought it was going to be a surprise bag and we opened it up and it was just the camera guys. But But then, who was at the door? Dorothy's very best friend Violet and my family, and it was so special. And Mom cried.
Mike cried. Yeah, I cried too much lately.
Hormones.
Yeah. Well, favorite Disney movie?
Robin Hood.
I thought you were long gone.
Ah, no, Robin Hood. Because
All right.
I like the new Cinderella.
You can call me that.
What's yours? Very good.
Dorothy loves Moana.
I am Moana of Motunui.
My son plays soccer. He wants to know what position you played in soccer.
I played striker, aka goal scorer.
So does he. I played defender. I would shut you down. But I heard real quick, it must have been a mistake on the video, but you were rooting for, I kind of swore it was Manchester United though, correct?
No mistake, my friend.
It wasn't Liverpool, but anyway.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So I work at Hollywood Studios, and I actually saw you guys when you came on Toy Story Mania. I worked there.
Oh, yeah.
And it was during the hurricane, so it kind of like got my wheels turning. How was that kind of change of pace that you guys kind of had free time in the middle of all this craziness with people following you around?
It was really nice in some ways, mostly to like for me to get caught up on editing videos and stuff like that. It was really nice because it's hard to go to a resort, fall in love with it, and then you're gone the next day. And we did that like 30 times in a row. So finally we got to stay at one and really like fall in love with it for the full 5 days. That was nice. But one of the tough things was like why you saw us in the park is they said, you know what, take these 5 days and just rest. You don't have to go to the parks, you don't have to do anything. But I mean, we're at Walt Disney World.
How could you not go to the parks for 5 days?
Yeah,
So even when
they kept saying just rest and relax, and we're like, but we're here and the parks are empty, and
they were empty.
They were awesome.
But even on like other days, like the 1 through 30, they would do a really good job of giving us breaks for nap time and like the second half of the day to like take it easy. We were so bad at taking it easy. They would call us and be like, hey, how are you resting? And it was like, don't let them hear what ride we're on right now. Yeah.
Okay, Rick.
I really want to thank you guys for sharing everything that you do. It's very inspiring, but also helpful because she was teaching our son, who's 3 now, how to swim, and she would show him videos of the kiddos
holding his breath,
diving down, and that helps. So now he's a champ. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
Also, I wish I could take credit for it, but she put this together for you.
Oh, geez, baby. You're so sweet. Gosh, thank you.
Thanks so much.
So much. That's really sweet of you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Seriously, he would like, well, we're bilingual in our home, so he's like, I want to see the video of the Nana swimming, the Nana. He calls Dorothy Nana. Nana's girl in Spanish.
Oh.
But seriously, I credit
so
your
fun
kids
for
to
us to
him
hear.
being brave enough to hold his breath under the water.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I'll talk about that. That means a lot to me. So we traveled to Nepal maybe a year and a half ago, and we were there with a nonprofit to fight against human trafficking. And it was actually one of our I don't want to say least favorite, but it was one of the hardest places we've ever visited because to see that heartbreaking stuff really took like a toll on us. And so we did 2 things. We did a fundraiser to build a school. It's one of the greatest fights against human trafficking is to put these girls in school where they can be educated and surveyed and protected. And then to continue to fund the school, in Nepal they have this beautiful tradition of prayer flags. And so I took those prayer flags and inspired by those I designed headbands, which there's 2 here that I noticed. 3, and then 2 in the back, which just means the world to us because that's how we continue to fund the school that we built in Nepal.
So the school opened in April. It did open in April. They want a name, which we're meeting with them next week in San Francisco. We can't decide a name. They want it.
They want it to be like the bucket list, but we don't want. We want it something like not about us. but yeah, so we haven't named it yet. And I mean, it's kind of awesome to talk about because 100% from the headbands has gone to the school, which to date has been about $125,000.
Wow, that's awesome.
And so, because that was our special project for Nepal, we've kept it like, because people have been like, are you going to do different colors and different designs for the headbands? But we wanted to make that specific for Nepal. But to give you a preview of like something special we have in the works that I just saw like finish the design on this week is there's this movie coming out called Wonder. It's about bullying. And when I saw it, was like a 2-minute trailer and I was very touched by it. And so, I mean, one of the things that we get a lot of messages coming in is that there will be the sweetest parents telling about their little kids that get bullied at school. And our kids aren't in school yet. But to even like imagine that just breaks our heart. And so when I saw this movie, I was really moved, like, yes, more of the world just needs to be like against bullying and have solutions how to better it. And so we're coming out with like a special edition of the headband that's going to be black with a special anti-bullying design. And we're going to rent out like as many theaters around the country as we can with like the movie and the headbands and try to do it again, but again, anti-bullying.